Alright, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, where today we are going to be working on the map still, but I'm going to do this little bit here, because why not? It helps to just get this taken care of immediately without having to worry about anything. And I think most of this is fine, right? And like the only thing I would need to do is just duplicate these bits here and move them over. Oh, and the cat found her ball toy, I forgot about that. Anyways, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. Alright, so, I probably should rename this to, like, Gate Mechanic Right. Even though it doesn't really matter what direction it goes in. And you're probably wondering what this green bar is. I'm just moving some videos over to free up some space on the computer. Nothing too special or massive. Whoops. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Also, I'm worried about you being placed in the wrong area, so let's be careful. Alright, Gate Mechanic left. Now I just need strip 1. And I also gotta move you where you need me to move to, which is over here. I'm just getting this taken care of immediately so I don't have to worry about it. Nothing too massive, just a real quick mechanic change, basically. Yeah, I think this is the third spot, right? No, this would be the third spot, technically speaking. Well, now technically it's 4 wide, and then it goes to 2. Was there anything specific here? Yeah, it's 4 wide, but it only had 2 going upwards. I gotta try to remember how most of this went. Let me just move these down here right now so I have that taken care of. And like most of this is not going to be the same. Like I could probably just move this over into here. And make this a 2. I believe it needs to be 2. Yeah, because if you are technically a 3 and you're out there, then that means this is a 3 as well. It shouldn't take too long. I just gotta move some blocks around and change their size, and then we'll be golden. And I just gotta duplicate some blocks. No, what are you doing? Then I just gotta duplicate some blocks, and then we should be golden. I guess technically I could just go on ahead and move this over here and make this into a 6, and then go on ahead and move this in here and make this into a 3. Doesn't really matter the size that it is, so long as it's where it needs to be. So that's that strip, and that's this strip. Basically the same thing, and they both move bit by bit. And the rest are just the rest of the gate. Nothing too special. Nothing needed, at least. Alright, I just need to get rid of these bits here. Ah, shitberg. I forgot about this tidbit. That's fine. Let me just move this out of the way while I adjust this. I guess technically it doesn't matter, but I just like this being in the corner, so one more. Now it's in the corner. Good, great, fantastic. So it's just 1 I gotta move over then. Whoops. Good, the strip's taken care of. Well, not entirely. Now I needed to basically just match this, which was essentially... Why was that like that? It would be a million times easier if this was, well, not easier, but resource saving if this was a 7 as opposed to, what do you call it? Yeah, that would be a million times better. We'd be saving so much space by not having to do that. I know I could just duplicate it, but that's fine. I'll just do it this way instead. This way is still pretty good. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot better. We don't waste a whole lot of space, so we can just get rid of the blocks that we don't need. Make this a 1, and a 1 would have been fine. And a 7 and a 3. There we go, look at that. Alright, the rest here is pretty simple, just basically match it. So, like I said before in the last episode, is basically this basically just moves this bit by bit. Although this one looks like it only needs 4. You got your first strip there, then that's the second, then that's the third, then that's the fourth. Then this one you got your first strip here, which is basically the same size as this. That's a 4. Huh, interesting. Hold on. Let's move these. Okay, so they both move 1 by 1. They will only go by 3. This strip, these two then go down by 1. That stops moving. And then this strip, because now this is more inwards, this strip continues to move. And now we just got to adjust this bit here, which is basically just this one. Not a problem. You need to be up a lot. That's a shadow raise. That's another what I need. I don't know what the hell I just did. Stupid stuff, I'm sure. Alright, that's fine. And you two. You also need to be just the one. Good. Great. So that would mean that this would go here. I'd say that's a good spot for that. So then this basically moves same direction by 3. And that goes 1 more in. And then 1 more in. And then 1 more in. Yeah, that looks good. That's an open gate right there. Alright, let's go on ahead and just duplicate what we did. Oh. I'd say for the sake of this one being accurate, you too also. I didn't mean to do it like that, but it's fine. You too will also do that. And I guess that would mean that you would need to be here. Well, no, technically you could be a 0 and then you can be like an 11. That's a 0. Okay, I need you to be a 12 then. And that shouldn't matter because that would fill in a large majority of the space. There we go. I'm glad I was able to get this done with. We were still recording everything just fine. Yeah, good, great. So 1 block movement, then 2, then 3, then 1, 2, 3. You're now back where you're supposed to be. You're in the same vein. 1, then 2, and 1, 2, 3. And there you go. The mechanic for the gate is now completed. Now you can see that this gate over here possesses the same mechanics. Just the same as the lever does. But the fast travel, there's a fast travel map icon. Which I feel like I should have made this somewhere else, because now I got a POI interest that's just not really being used. I mean, it doesn't really seem like it matters that much. What's the difference outside of, I guess, these spots here? Yeah, that's the difference. Like, I could have done that here, too. In the place I always seem to struggle to find, because it's not the freaking thing you would expect. Yeah, exactly. It's basically just, whatever, it's fine. We got the gate set up. Let's just continue building as much as we can. It's pretty goddamn late. I spent a lot of time working on the next and last episode of Angels and Devils. So that's coming out before this comes out. So that means it's coming out on a Tuesday, so it's already out. I meant to delete. You guys won't be seeing the episodes because I haven't been posting those on YouTube. Me drawing that. Mainly it was because of the mature elements, especially in episode 2. But you get the point. You get the point. Alright, let me see something real quick. So we passed the bridge. That means there's going to be a river going across here. Meaning, as we build this, we have to build it with the fact that there is a river here. Shouldn't be too difficult. Let's see. Let's say a river would be about right here. And it looks like the river does go a little bit into here, so we'll leave it like this. Isn't that right, Sneezy Cat? You get a little sneeze? Moo Meow? Cat who continues to cry in the darkness? Out the window? What you looking at? What's wrong, Moo Moo? You got your toy? You got stuck again? No, it's still there. I should probably pick that up and hopefully not make a whole lot of noise, so you don't get your eyes going wide. Yeah, so that way I don't forget about it and I don't have to worry about hearing it while I am asleep and then I am woken up by it, because you don't know when's the time to play and when's the time to rest and relax. I know we don't exactly have schedules, Cat, considering how freaking late I end up going to sleep. Ugh. But still, I feel like you should be able to adjust without any issue. Now, I wonder if the size of these really matters, because it doesn't seem like it would, but also I feel like it should. I'm pretty sure it would. But then again, I don't think anybody in their right mind would go out of their way to build these maps like this. But then again, how else am I supposed to build? Okay, I didn't duplicate this. But as I was saying, then again, how else would you be able to build such a place like this? Doing this, you had to do it hand by hand, bit by bit, with it to be any bit accurate. Copy the block, you fucking dumbass. As I was saying, god damn it. Stop clicking that. I don't know what the hell you're clicking on. Okay, you know what? I'll just do this instead. There. You can't do anything stupid then now, can you? Good. Great. Fantastic. Do not delete. Stay undeleted. Okay, good. I don't know how much we're going to be able to get done with here. I feel like we'll be able to get a decent amount finished. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll duplicate you. Alright, so it looks as though... Yeah, it looks as though that this starts to curve off here. It's not really that big of a landmass either. It's a pretty small landmass. And you got your bridge here, so it seems like we got bridges to work with. Granted, we're not going to get to that this episode, but remember, we do still got bridges to work with. So that's not going to be too much of an issue. Which I think is fine. But wait. I'm going to increase your size. How about... that's 11, 15. There we go. And how about I move you up here and make you a solid 25? I mean, it seems like that's what that's going to be. Yep, it does seem like that's what it's going to be. Okay, I didn't want you to go that way, you fool. I don't know where the center is. Let me see. Okay, the center is there, so we got more than enough space to be able to do that. Not that big an issue. Seems like that starts to curve in more, so... I'd say that's a pretty good space right there. One would have to say. Anyways, I think I could probably go on ahead and talk more about the Angels and Devils series that you guys haven't really been, keeping up with, because, again, not recording the episodes for those specifically. Then again, I haven't been doing much art time videos in first place anyway, so... So the story is pretty simple. It goes off of an already existing story called Forgotten Flame from the Past. Again, more mature series. But it had... Wait, what? 8, right. But it had, some mature elements and some safer work elements. Half and half, basically similar to like Luna v Titan and My Luna Academia, where it's half mature, half safe for work. Some of the safe for work things just show Luna being a badass. Even the mature ones kind of show Luna being a badass. This one basically just sets up a storyline, which basically is Velvet, way back in middle school, dated a 3-foot-tall midget. I say with quotation marks because he's not like the typical looking midget that you would see. I would probably not use that word, but how must... In the words of Rollo, how else are you supposed to know what we're talking about? Because if you say little person, most people would think, little person, you must be talking about a child. No, I'm talking about a short adult. Literally, there's no easy... I know it's probably offensive, but we've already gone down the offensive route several freaking times because we're just ignorant. Regardless, there has to be a better way. I don't know if Borderlands Tink would be a better solution to that contusion. I don't think it would be. But who knows, maybe somebody would prefer to be called a Tink rather than the other word. Either way, the point is, when they're the same age, too. Velvet's 36 now, as well as Bridget, who is the short person, who is also 36. And backstory-wise... Oh, wait, hold on. Let me 0 and see where this is at. Alright, got it. Backstory-wise, Bridget basically grew up through most of high school being alone. Because you can probably imagine if you are 15 years old, but you look like you're 8 years old, you're probably going to have a hard time trying to find anybody who will want to even go near you in that department. She got pretty lucky with Violet, brain. I don't know why my brain mixes up words like Veronica and Vanessa, and then words like Velvet and Violet. I don't know why, and it's very annoying. I'm sure there's another word that I mix up too some occasions, but it's very annoying. Anyways, back to the premise of the story. So, at some point during the little, because this is talking about Angel and Devils, not Forgotten Flame from the Past, we get to see Bridget going through a nice little dream sequence showing her desires. Basically like philosophy-esque kind of things. And keep in mind, most of this series, as I was writing it in the first episode, drew some inspirations from Furikuri. But not like giant robot stuff, more like philosophical growing up kind of deal. Which I guess... that is kind of grounded in reality because of the whole, well, there's no giant robots in reality. You gotta accept reality as it is. Although it is also pretty dark. And I will tell you the dark concepts that it's within it. There's a lot of talk about drugs in terms of a nun that deals in drugs, basically performing sacrilege, I think it's called. And a priest who is a predator. Surprise, surprise, but there is still some interesting storylines you can go off of, especially if you have 2 corrupt police officers who used to take bribes from the nun, but then the nun got found out by one of the good police officers because of Violet's reckless actions. And then, of course, you know, there's the whole concept of, are we truly free? Is our constant desires to want to put ourselves within a clique, whatever the hell it's called, within religion and politics, really giving us the free life that we want? Or is it shackling us by making us and forcing us to uphold the ideals of our groups in fear of being ostracized by them? In terms of, you know, the whole, people get very pissy if you do not do exactly what they like for you to do in their little groups. Stuff like that, basically. But that's only like small, minor bits of the talking point. A lot of it is just the priest being scummy, as well as Paisley also being scummy. One of the characters in this story who has way more backstory than I would have ever expected to have given her, Sammy, has had almost an overdose, almost dies twice in the past. Not like happening in the story, like present day, but happening in past events. And one of them was also assaulted, we're going to say that so YouTube don't get angry, as a child, assaulted. I don't need to go into too much details on what I mean there. And was continuously ignoring the signs with another child via, you know, ceremony of celebration, or whatever the frick it was called, the ceremony. Father Neil's excuse to do unspeakable acts. Eventually, though, he gets a very satisfying beatdown. You want to talk about Fooly Cooley inspired? Oh boy! Just think about the first episode of the original and what happened to that kid, and now think of it, but more badass, less cartoonic, and he somehow survives. But that's fine because some bitch is getting sent to jail. And it's nice. It is nice indeed. Needless to say, there's going to be a satisfying ending. And trust me, it's not ending in the whole religion bad spiel, no. People are free to choose whatever they want, to follow whatever they wish. But in terms of Bridget, Sammy, and Madeline, they're going to try to bring the church to the standards that you would expect from a church. Respecting. No corruption, nothing like that. They will be the one good thing to come out of the two bad things, as well as one of the grandsons of Paisley. It's not a hinting at any of there being more than just the one. The grandson of Paisley, trying to push the drug making and selling that his grandmother did, in order to free her name of any wrongdoing and blame it over on to Violet, which, in terms of how, you know, bold and hot-headed and what's the frickin'... There's a very specific word that I came up with, but I struggle to remember. Impulsive, that's the word. For someone as impulsive as Violet, and this Brian guy thinks he can probably pass off all the blame to Violet. You know, I wouldn't blame him. Whoops. Violet is quite the impulsive lady. She literally risked her life to beat the crap out of a nun while also allowing her to fire her gun to alert police nearby. Because obviously you're going to hear gunshots if you're close to, like, here's the neighborhood, here's the church. gunshots, even underground, you'll still hear. And then, if they're nearby, they'll hear it. It's a pretty interesting story. I would suggest you give it a read. It is pretty heavy. You might even find yourself relating to a few of the characters. Bridget, I feel like, is going to have a hard time, for people to relate to her. Unless you want to chalk that up to just being alone for a large majority of your life, not having a lot of love life or friends, or constantly uncertain on whether or not they are actually respecting you. Because again, you're given the situation and all that. This was a cliff, right? Yeah, it's a cliff. But regardless, I'd say it's an interesting storyline. Definitely different from most of the things that I do. Different from Elementals Reborn, especially. Different from Nova Guardians. Well, Nova Guardians' entire storyline just consists of a corrupt organization whose corruption starts to grow more and more apparent as the series goes on. Frickin' Bradford electrocuted Tina just to kill off a few endangered species eggs, all because it's basically was their job to eliminate said creature. It's like this giant bunny rabbit creature that was, for some reason, don't know why I decided this, but for some reason, one of Tina's favorite animals. Which I guess it's cute in a way. It's big, fuzzy looking. Yeah, I can see it. Tina's obviously not your typical teenager. And I would say most teenagers probably like that kind of stuff. There is definitely a lot of corruption going on in their company. God damn it. I want to press 10. But yes, I would say Nova Guardians, while it is kind of in the same vein because of corruption, it is its own thing. Plus, it has more action. In this series, there's only maybe 2 action scenes. One that's more full-on, and the other one that's more just a smack across the head, followed by getting ready to punch, but then the police comes in to arrest the priest, and everything is good. Well, you think everything is good, but the church's reputation has tanked now. Completely. Yeah, I got like 30 minutes left. But if anyone can figure out a way to bring the church back from this tragic occurrence, it would have to be Bridget and her friends. Funny. Because, I don't believe I told you this, but Bridget and... No, that is upwards. But Bridget and Violet dated once way back in high school. So it's obvious that her... Hold on, I got something. The hell is this? Whatever. Oh, it is something. I don't know what it is. Spat it out. Whatever it is. Anyways, as I was saying, they did date way back in middle school. Broke up in high school because, obviously, Bridget just couldn't grow up to an extent, just due to her limitations, her current position. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, so I don't really need to explain it all that much. You do gotta feel sorry for her. The girl had a hard time trying to do really anything in the love life scene. So you do have to feel for her. I feel for her. Even though I don't really have those. I mean, I kind of do. But they're not like as massive as they were back in the days of high school. Because now I've kind of just found my calling, and that's creation. But you still have to feel for Bridget. A girl who was mostly... I mean, the major difference here is that Bridget had to deal with freaks throughout her life, trying to find people who would actually like her for her personality rather than her appearance. Still gotta deal with the stares people would give you, which is unfortunate because regardless, you will never be able to have a normal relationship with anyone. Even if it appears normal, it's gonna end up with people just giving the other person a look. It's very upsetting. But that is just the way life is. People just don't want to see that kind of stuff because they think that's a child, but it's not. Even though it would hurt that poor girl's feelings, poor lady's feelings, or poor man's feeling, depending on who is unfortunate enough to end up in that situation, it would suck. I mean, I would say being 3 foot tall would suck in almost every aspect just because of the whole not really able to do a whole lot of things without some assistance. That is tragic. Truly, truly tragic. But they get by. People get by regardless. They find ways. Innovation, basically. Just know this, Bridget does get a good ending. She doesn't go with Violet or anything. But that's fine. Violet continues to be her free self. And Bridget freely chooses to be with the church to fix it and put it back into... Oh. Well, that's annoying. But put it back into its... to what she and everyone else, i.e. Sammy and Madeline, once looked up to the church to be. Whoops. You think I can get this strip done with before the episode ends? I hope so. Anyways, that's basically the whole premise of that series. There's a lot more to it. And you get to see a lot of interesting little hints that are throughout the series. So I would still suggest giving it a watch. I am hoping by the time I have it come out, because I am currently rereading through all of the episodes right now, just to make sure we didn't miss anything important. Because obviously there are some things that we want to make sure we got right. Whether it be through fixing grammar mistakes or, of course, fixing any discrepancies that we might have made. There might be one that I'm unsure about because of the, aspect. Also, where did I plan? I don't think there was supposed to be houses here. I know that there were supposed to be houses somewhere. There might be houses here. And if there is, I should probably make sure that most of this is flat. A nice little area of houses. Then some houses, a little bit of ruins, and maybe some trees. And then some houses. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anywho's and whence. Oops, that's the wrong size, but I need this to be 13 anyway, so that'll work. Well, it looks like he's going to have to be increased. No problem, I guess. Oh, wait, hold on. What are you? Oh. Wait, what were you supposed to be? Was there supposed to just be a cliff here? And this basically just goes out as far as this. I can't tell. Okay, this is... Why does this look slanted? What happened? What did I do to do the rotation in this direction? You know, don't matter. 17. A 13. 11. And right about here. Okay, good, great. I'll make you a 7. You a 7. That's not what I want to grab. You a 3. And then we just basically have this cliffside go up here. And make that one a 5 so that this doesn't get too out of whack. And make this one a 2. I'll maybe make this one like a 6 or something, I don't know. Just a nice little cliffside, really, nothing too massive. It's called the Grasslands, not the Grass Cliffs. We already got another area like that. Okay, I grabbed an even. I might as well get the evens done first. The ones that I can see. I don't think this is an even, I think this is like a 13. Yep. Yeah, I still got a lot to do in March. March is still a hectic month. And I do have a vacation, it's just... Is it going to be enough? I think it's going to be enough. I really don't. You gotta just keep in mind of the whole... Whoops. The whole aspect. Actually... Anyway, you gotta keep in mind of the whole aspect of, do we have enough time to do what needs to be done? That is a good question. Because we got a lot of things that I gotta do. And I don't know if I have enough time. It's very disappointing, but that is the truth. God damn it. I've only gotten one episode of a series done with so far, and that's now on hiatus, so we should have a slight bit easier time dealing with series at that point. And then aside from that, I've got some easy drawing, well, easy, quote-unquote. There is one that is going to take a little while longer. Just primarily due to the fact that it's still a lot of people that I gotta draw. And a decent background I gotta draw. But theoretically, we should be able to get that done with before Sunday that it's supposed to be posted on. Which is basically the Angels and Devils cover. Allowing you to easily get to the episodes that you want to get to. Which, of course, being able to get to episodes is important. Obviously. Having quick and easy access to the episodes, i.e. links followed by synopsis of the episodes to give you an idea on what you're going to read. Basically what I have done with Adventurous Ami. I would say that insect. Looks like one of those beetles. Either the beetle or a ladybug. I don't know, the Japanese spotted beetle. It's apparently aggressive, but when I was Yeah, when I was trying to take one outside, it didn't do shish. It like stuck onto my hand. I was like, alright, little fella, get a move on. The cat drowned one of them. I found it in her food dish, so she drowned one. Apparently these are harmful to dogs somehow. Don't know how. Regardless, I don't know where it's at. I think it just burned itself to death. No, it's on... Yeah, whatever. It's not on the hot part. But it'll probably burn itself to death. Or the cat will drown it again. The cat's drowning a lot of creatures. Either that or the creatures are just finding themselves landing in the cat's water dish. But I like to just imagine the cat drowning insects. That's just funny. Little insect killer being so brutal as to drown an insect. Isn't that right, Cadillac? Blink at me. I'm sure the cat will drown that insect soon enough. I'm sure the cat will not even bother eating it because obviously it's just for the hunt at this point. It's like, alright, I killed it. My mission's accomplished. My hunt's complete. I'm going to go on ahead, lick my paws, and move over here and sit and relax. And that's what you do, cat. Now you're yawning. You're looking innocent, but you're a murderous creature, aren't you? That's right, Moo. I see you over there, trying to look innocent. You know the insect's still up there. I'll think, yep, insect's still there. I don't know what makes those things so aggressive, but I haven't had to deal with that yet. And even if I did, it knows that I would myrtleize it. Try as it may, it will not be able to avoid my insect-killing wrath. One did, but then it probably promptly died afterwards. Because nature is not kind. Obviously. Just like the destructive nature that you are. Destroying everything. Oh, yeah, there's that's going on. We have... I don't know what the hell is going on here. There's apparently... The landowner, I think, is selling the house. I don't know what's going on. And I think it's because of the next door neighbors, which are apparently a massive problem. A huge, massive problem. It's a sister house, too, right? No, that's just a different noise I'm hearing. I don't know what the hell is going on. And I'm annoyed that it's going on to begin with. I wish it wasn't like this. So I guess we'll figure out what the hell's going to happen in that saga soon enough. I would hope it wouldn't end up being a saga, but who the hell knows? Who the hell knows anymore? I don't know why people are like this. It makes me hate people even more. And that's really saying something. Because I don't really like people that much to begin with. A lot of people out there just being douchebags. It's so annoying. So I guess we're going to have to figure out what's going to happen there. Not like it really matters that much. We were at some point planning on moving. Me especially. But finding a house that takes 2 pit bulls is a pain. But as for me, I probably would have an easier time since all I got is a cat. And again, you're a destructive force of nature, and you're just yawning now. You're still trying to act innocent, aren't you? Well, I ain't buying it. You destructive force of nature. But, yeah, we've been stewing over that to some extent. A lot of shit's just going wrong when it really shouldn't be. Just a lot of shit going wrong. And And even more so annoying is that they already got Saturday on the board. But of course, you know that. We got the one Saturday free, luckily, but that was only because they were upgrading shit. Now they're like, well, upgrade's done. Let's get that Saturday back on the board. Yeah, we could do some more money. Yeah, more money. Ooh, and several dicks go in their mouths because they're fucking cocksuckers. More money. Fucking Christ. It's not like they don't care about us. It's annoying. That damn company is the main reason why I've made Nova Guardians to begin with. And could you blame me? I don't like companies that are just actively trying to do things that's against the employees' physical, mental health, and all that stuff. It's very annoying. And the idiots who are bootlicking them are even more so annoying. We need to have some normal company that's like, alright, how do we make our employees happy so we do not have to deal with constant turnover? But no. No, nothing like that exists. If it does, it probably isn't making a crap ton of money, but they're fine with it. But you're not going to get paid as much either. Oh, who knows, there might be something. But then again, it's hard to say. You might think there's something. You might think your place is the best place in the whole world, but really, there are still problems within it. There will always be problems. So I don't think your place is the best place in the world. Because I can guarantee you, you will probably find some problems in it. Just as you would in most workplaces, but that's just apparently how life is. And I think life deserves a nice, solid kick in the testicular torsion. Or the balls, not the... You know what I mean? But of course, life's not fair. So to make it fair, you kick it in the nuts. And then it will scream and keel over. It'll as it performs the Mortal Kombat song with his screams. If you know that reference, then congratulations, you've earned a metaphorical gold star, which is just as good as the real thing. That's right. You can't do much with it, but you got it. Woo. Lucky you. So envious. That's a solid 17. 17. Oh yeah, look at that little cliff. How much time is left, I question? Probably not much. Oh, 11 minutes. Not bad considering we started off with doing something else. I mean, hell, this side is easy. We got a lake over here. Of course it's easy. I don't know why the hell I'm doing it like this. This is not going to help me much. Alright, I got one more strip left to do. Not in there, you idiot. Up here. One more strip, and this strip seems... Okay, that's a 4. This strip seems easy? Question mark? I don't know, we'll see. Let's put this off to the side. The strip does seem to end at around here. Yeah, so that means this strip... My god, why does everything look... It's slanted this way. I can see the pixels here. Why is it like this? Why is everything slanted? What happened? What did I... Now it's slanted in this direction. ISO. Perspective. What is back? ISO. Perspective. Why is it slanted? That is very confusing. That is... Ugh, it's trippy. I don't need it being tired right now. Being almost freaking 5 o'clock because I want to try to get this done with so that I can write up the last episode of Angels and Devils tomorrow. I wasn't really entirely too sure of what I had planned for the name of the series. I wanted something that kind of fit the theme of what I was going for. And Angels and Devils kind of fits that theme. In a sense that you've got the angels, which are actually not good, in the sense that they are not really, drug-dealing nun, pedophile priest, that kind of shit. And then you got the devils over there, the quote-unquote devils, perceived bad, which is basically just the bar owner that also basically owned a lesbian stripper club while being engaged to a tall, buff, and handsome black man, as well as what Violet and Claire did in that one episode of Forgotten Fling from the Past. Kind of actually the whole kicking off point of the series existing to begin with. Then, of course, you are met with Bridget and Violet's relationship being that of, gay, which in the eyes of the church is not good, apparently. Why is that the case? I don't know. I don't know why people are so homophobic. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, the perceived bad and the perceived good. Switch that around and you have a story. I'm not going to say it's the most unique story, but it's a story that I'm telling. And a story that I tell indeed. If you keep trying to go for the most unique story, you will never make any progress as a writer. Sometimes you have to go off of certain aspects and whatnot. And I like the aspect that I created. Plus, you do get new characters. I don't... Oh, it's just you again. And now it's burning itself on the light bulb. How is it? I don't look directly. How are you not burning? The insect is just walking on the light bulb now. Wait, did I? Okay, no, I didn't. Well, it's probably gonna... Yep. There. I don't know if you heard it, but it was like... As it... I don't know where it went or what happened to it. I think it singed itself to death. You didn't have to... Actually, no, we're going with the narrative of the cat... It forced the insect into the light bulb and burned it to death. Man, you are one destructive cat. You just burned an insect to death on a light bulb. I don't know how you got up there, cat. But you got up there, and you myrtleized that insect. Kudos to you for... Shit. Kudos to Pluto's for going with the initiative. I think it's dead. I don't want to look back up. Anywho's in wits. Yeah. Alright, that's a strip finished. Am I going to end it early? I don't know. How much time do I have left? 5 minutes. How much does the clock say? 54:25. Okay. What you murmuring at? You burned the insect. That's right, you killed it. You burned it to death. How does that make you feel? You're just going to pick your paw up and look up? Well, I'm not seeing it. Is it on the ground? I'm not going to bend down and look. I'm just going to Look over what we have left. We have to be around the halfway point, right? We're getting close. Let's see. This is the entire line here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 strips. Granted, the strips do get smaller. Oh. Technically, we're not done. Wait, where are we? Well, like I said, some of this is going to be slightly different. So does that mean we don't need that? What you doing? Did the insect fall over here and die? I can't see. Let me think. Because if that's the case, that means that this is actually 25. This is 23. This is 22. This is 21. This is 20. Whoops. We'd be going to 13. This is 19. 18. I guess I should have paid more attention to that. That is here, right? There's the level. Yeah, there's an area over here. Not 15, you idiot. 17. 16. 15. Then 14. No, that would have been easy enough to look at. Okay, we're not done yet, but I think I can get this done with pretty quickly. What you murmuring at? You killed the insect. You burned it to death. That is what you did. There's no turning back now. The insect is murdered. Okay, I don't think it needs to be that big. It could be like, wrong size. It could be like this. I don't know, like a 5 over here. Then make this a 1. Yeah, basically just has that going out as far as that can go. Well, make this a, I don't know, 19? Not 19. Like about right here. Alright, let's stop screwing around. We can get this done with quickly. You want to make sure I didn't accidentally do something stupid with that. Okay, the rest of this is pretty simplistic. Don't have to do anything there. I can delete this shit. Block. Good. Good. Great. Fantastic. That means this is probably going to start curving in that direction, and then start curving in this direction, until it reaches a river point here, which we'll worry about when we start working on this side over here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, because this is 24 technically. Okay, there we go. That's good. That fixes the problem that we had before. And you are... Okay, yeah, you are definitely the 31. I guess now really the only thing left that I would need to do on this side... Ooh, I don't know, 250, 275. Technically it's a 300 then. And this is 325. 12.5? I think. 2.5, 25, 24, yeah, 50. Woo! More water space. I don't know how much further this can go, because it doesn't really need to be that far. I mean, I guess technically speaking... Yeah, technically speaking, we got this side, we got that side. We could pretty much just have this take up most of the rest of the side, so make it like 725 or something, or okay, too much, 525. Because at that point, it's 5. Then it goes... It's 5, then it goes 3 again, then it goes... Well, it's 3, 6. I can get the water space done with while I wait for this to be done. That's a 5. Fucking Christ, never mind. You know what? It's fine. It doesn't matter. I got what I needed. We'll worry about that another time. I don't want to take too long. So with that being said, we're finished for today. So thank y'all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. I almost said Played Up for some reason. Don't know. I'm so tired. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters over here, and it was an episode of Played Up ROTC Edition. We're still making progress on that 100 overtime quest run right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next episode. Later.